All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Readers. So we are taking a look at these three stocks that I'm doing a little more frequently. And the cool thing is we're keeping the order from the last video. So I was bullish on TRKA and it definitely delivered. HUBC obviously is number 2 on the list. Not quite there, but not bad just yet. And then MULN is definitely still lagging for obvious reasons. But again, looking like TRKA wants to make some moves, but there's definitely a couple bad things I'm going to talk about today. Nonetheless, I mean, a monster 23% that, yeah, I hope you made some good money, but I unfortunately couldn't. And I'll tell you why I haven't bought yet, but where I'd like to buy if I can, all right? Now, before we go any further, what are we going to do? Same thing we always do, right? We're going to take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how this thing is setting up short term. We do have our 5 moving averages. There are horizontal support and resistance lines that I do draw manually myself. And then when we're done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please like this video, subscribe to the channel, comment anything, share this thing all over the place. Look, anything you can do really does help, but for real, just being here and giving me your time is super appreciated. And look, I'm not perfect. I'm not all-knowing. If you've got better opinions than me, I would love to hear from you, all right? I'm not here to hate on your thoughts, okay? But let's get into it. Again, look, I don't know if you saw the video going into the weekend, right? But yeah, I was bullish mainly because of how strong we broke the 8, right? It's been a good little minute under the line, actually even this, right? And yeah, we had this nice little moment, but yeah, since this big run, we've basically been well under this thing since March, right? And we're coming up to the middle of May. So it was nice to see how well it was. I'll tell you, if Monday was able to close where it opened, I would have been all over this stock end of the day and obviously would have ridden this whole thing, you know, but Monday didn't do as well as well as I was hoping, and that's what kept me out of it. And then end of the day, what really did happen is most of this action actually happened Monday after hours. And I'm not the biggest fan of chasing after hours. And look, this is something I always talk about, right? There are good and bad good days, okay? This outlined candle is better because we open at 18 and we close at 20. Beautiful day, okay? The problem here is we actually open at 26, all right? And then we close down here at 24. More people probably lost 10% than people made 23. You know what I mean? Like, it opened up here. I'm sure somebody bought right here. Somebody, I hope, sold on time. Otherwise, yeah, they lost 2 cents on a 20-cent stock, and that's an easy 10% loss right there, right? So as good as this looks, as fantastic. Now, look, I hope you ate all of the whole 23, right? I hope you made fat money. For me, this is not a good day. And I need just a little bit more, okay? Look, MACD looks great. We're really close to the 0 line. I love it. RSI looks great. Both of them have green over red. Both of them have the divergence, right? Where it looks like the lines are going away. That's a good thing, right? Volume's getting better, right? This is a little shitty green that we start with right here. Then it gets a little better. Now, obviously, today actually breaks that. Like, all 3 down here look great, but 80% of the work is up here, okay? And what I really need to know, look, one of the things I mentioned over the weekend, right, was I would love it to actually jump over all 3 lines, and that's what it does, right? It was going to be hard to go through all 3, but we've now jumped it. If I had to guess, the 50 moving average is probably going to come really close to the 100 moving average tomorrow. I think 23 cents is going to be the money line. Are we going to like hit 23 and take off? Are we even never going to like, I'll be honest, if this bad boy can go to 26, that's where I'm setting my alert. Like 26 is 26 is what I like. I'm going to set an alert here for 26. For me, 26 means that we're going to start taking more than 50% candle. And look, we're sitting basically in a nice little all I'm seeing is green, red down, green up, red down. Like these are easy channels to fly up. And I'll tell you, I really think the stock wants to go to 31, but before we can go to 31, it's going to be all about these moving averages. I know we jump them, but are we going to hold them? And I think that's what tomorrow's going to be about. Or simply put, we're just going to keep running and going on up. But overall, I am bullish here. Again, I wish I was able to catch this 23. Just my trading style. The reason wasn't there to jump in. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm bullish for sure. I really think this thing, maybe let's even put 30 cents on it because it looks like the 200's coming down. So maybe we'll come to 30. And then for real, breaking 30 cents is where things can go crazy. For real. After 30, I would probably put the next target at 47, which is a quick 50 banger right there. You're basically adding a nice little 15 cents. And then from there, it's pretty much that 76 that you see up there, you know. So 30 is the money line, all right? 23 is what we better stay over tomorrow. All right, that's essentially what I'm looking for. But I'm liking what I'm seeing, and I'm glad it's at least like starting well. Again, look, the week is still very, very early, right? But this is a sexy weekly chart. We're now trying to break both of these together, and again, maybe that's going to mean we're going to come to 38 by next week, right? So so far so good on here for sure, right? And I think tomorrow it's just about how this thing holds the moving averages we just jumped through. HUBC, okay, I'll be honest with you. I was hoping for a little bit better today. I know when I saw the charts earlier in the day, I'm assuming it was probably the top of this week, but I actually thought I saw close to a 10% gain during the day. Maybe I was wrong, I don't know, but it looked like the day was going to close a lot better than it did. What I'm seeing, all right, and again, I have to zoom in all the way because I wish I had more decimals. In the box to the left, it's saying that they both are at 0.66, the day of the close, and the 8 moving average. But as I zoom in, I'm seeing the 8 moving average over this candle. We did not break the 8 today. Obviously, you know that's kind of disappointing to me, right? Another thing that we for sure got to get over is this 67 cent, right? Like we need to get over the biggest candle on this side. So what am I going to do? I'm going to go ahead and set my alert for 68. I'd be interested at 68 for sure. I think tomorrow is a good chance that this thing might even make a silly run all the way to 81. What's this doing after hours? Let me just make sure nothing silly's happening. Oh shit, that's not what I was expecting. But again, I don't really care about after hours. That was more than anything. I was just checking. Like that doesn't scare me from what I was going to say and what I'm going to still say. All right. If we can get over this line, the next place this is going to go is going to want to go is 80 cents for sure. Right. And again, I was hoping today was going to close over this. I was hoping today was going to close over the 8 moving average, and I probably would have jumped in for sure. In all honesty, I would have bought a little bit after hours. I'm like, let's just see how the day starts tomorrow, right? But I think the money line right now is 67. We got to close above 67. All right. From there, that'll put me a target right here. And look, after this, all we're sitting at is red, and it's going to want to come to 113. You know what I mean? And hey, 113 might be close enough and insignificant enough that it'll, at that point, just kind of come to that 125, 127 red line right here at the 50. But yeah, nothing is going to matter to me until we get over 67 cents. And like legit, I don't think it's going to be that easy. All right. I know it seems like an insignificant cent. I know I see green over red. But that's a little deeper in the negative. I mean, it's not even that negative. Maybe I'm just kind of overthinking it. But yeah, like there aren't things screaming at me that this is going to crush it tomorrow. And that has nothing to do with the post-market thing that I just saw, I swear. But we got to get over this. And I know it only looks like 1 cent, but I'm not wildly, because look, let's just zoom out just a little bit. Dude, we've been well under this 8 moving average since right here. Since, I mean, we're coming up on 2 months, right? But since here, we've only gotten over it once, twice, and like honestly, these kind of are a little insignificance for me, right? But one real good day is what I'd at least say. You know what I mean? So, yeah, the green moving average ain't no joke yet, but we're really close to a really sexy trade, actually. You know what I mean? So you have to keep this one on your radar, to say the least. All right. Let's take a look at the weekly real quick. Why not? Again, not a great weekly. We're definitely well under the 8, but again, if this thing wants to make a recovery, it might make a silly run to 98 cents. You know what I mean? Again, will it hold it? I don't know, but yeah, maybe we wick 98 cents, and shit, that's a 50 banger from where we're at right now. You know what I mean? So, yeah. MULN. Sweet Jesus, MULN. All right, look, there's not much I can say, right? All we're doing is trading under the 8 moving average. It kind of looks like the steepness of the line is trying to kind of turn, right? Like, give me a second. It looked like it wanted to do that initially. It's now, you can see, kind of curving a little bit. Is it necessarily giving me a reason to believe it's going to curve up? Not really, right? And yeah, it's been 3 bad days in a row. Maybe, there's a reason I want to believe that this is going to come up to 136. That's basically a 10% swing, right? You're adding that roughly 12 cents. But um, there is nothing here that tells me we're ready to come out of all-time lows. That's the minimum I can tell you. And look, all we're doing is going under the 8 and under the 20, under the 8, under the 20. I at most would expect a run to the 8 at best. I really see not much that makes me believe we'll break the 8. If for whatever reason we break the 8, I just don't see us going past the 20, right? Obviously, a lot of things can change, but I'm seeing increased volume for sure, right? Our 50 line, our average daily is rising for sure. But I mean, it's easy to see that most of that rising is selling actually. Maybe there's a little bit of like, hey, the selling is kind of decreasing, right? There's a little bit more of that, I think. And even just kind of taking those outliers out, it was like this, and now it's kind of starting to go like this, right? So maybe there's like a little bit of an eye in the storm coming, and there's like a little bit of a recovery swing. But one, I'm not here to say I know what day that's going to be. I don't think anyone does, honestly. Two, I don't think it's anything more than a recovery swing that's going to like fail afterwards. You know what I mean? But again, just my thoughts on these, right? So let me know what you think. Otherwise, hey, thank you, thank you, thank you.